compliance with open meeting law.
I guess.
Doors open. Roll call.
Call.
Here.
Bradsett.
Here.
Nature.
Here.
Approved minutes from June 9th, 2022 special town board meeting at 5 p.m. and June 9th, 2022 special town board meeting at 6 p.m. and June 13th town board meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the aforementioned meetings. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No. Motion is carried. Approve bills as presented.
We submitted a check to Jefferson County Highway Department for the road aid. They'll put that into a bank account, and it's something that they will match next year. I think we had started out with $16,000 in our bank account, so we'll have a little bit more with the $7,000 they'll add in.
So it'll be 14 then by next year.
14.
They put in 7. If we give them 7, we get 7.
Right, but you add that to the 16.
Yeah. Right. So 16 and 7 will be 23,000. We'll have a highway credit.
Yep.
At the county.
And then the following folks got a check for $27 to send in the well test kits. Beth Curtis, Zach Probst, Jack Schluter, Brandon Hood, Lyle Bratton, Carrie Walsh, Audie Klug, Cynthia Jolliffe, Will Bladow, Heidi Blawat, and I apologize if I kill anybody's name. Justin Sudbrink, Deanna Grant, Jacob Janzak, David Halzer, Lisa Eddy, Linda Jolliffe, Patrick Sison, Sherry Kraus, Adam Waters, Joseph Keisley, Leslie Ott, Jacob Geis, Marianne Schultz, Meredith Anderson, Susan Alexander, Roberta Montgomery, Dawn Sauter, Brian Fultonson. Oh, that's it. And then Wheat Energies by the airport was $93.63. Last month I had sent in a check for fees that we owe to Jefferson County. They realized that the spreadsheet they had sent me was wrong, so we voided that check and we actually owed them less. So this month I paid them $248.50. I think it was about $120 we saved, so that was nice of them. CenturyLink was $111.93. The Energies street lighting was $56.30. Badgerland disposal was $6,662.42 for garbage, and $3,043.15 for recycling. I had some office expenses through Quill, which came out to $61.28. The clerk treasurer's salary plus some postage money for absentee ballots came to $2,625.02. Natrup's salary was $230.87. Brett's salary was $230.87. Salary was $369.40. Quadient, I had to buy some postage through them and our rental, and it came up to $429.09 for the stamp machine. Northwest Services, we had several invoices that came to $41,553.35. Lynch and Associates, which helped in getting us ready to apply for a that was BIL grant.
They did. They toured the roads and they applied for grants on 5 of the town roads.
For $3,384. Rural Insurance does an annual audit of employees and salaries, which costs us $81. And then the law firm, there was an invoice for $2,925. And so roll call vote. Cough.
Aye.
Bradsett.
Aye.
Natrop.
Aye.
Public comment. Dr. Richard Herbst.
Thank you. As the previous town chairman many years ago, and the president of the Blue Spring Lake Association at the time, and then district, I know very well not a lot of gratitude is given for anything that any board does. But we had a special occasion every year we have a parade for 4th of July and fireworks and all nice things like that. And this year we had a reversal on what we normally do because somebody's building a house where we always had the ice cream, the trophy giving and what have you. This year it came down to the what we call the triangle. If you've ever come in on Blue Spring Lake Management District Road there, Blue Spring Lake, at the triangle it goes right, it goes left. On the right-hand side, very often, and I'm surprised that we really haven't had a major accident that I know of anyhow, but a lot of close calls. So this year, because we were having the parade end at the triangle, I happened to see Dick Roloff cutting down some of the vegetation along the line, which opens up a little bit better vision. It still doesn't be perfect because of you can only get so much when you're down there on the ground. And I've been doing this with one of our neighbors 3 houses away, generally every year that I'm here. And basically he's 99 years old. So we have a good time and we've done it for a long time. But this year, Dick was doing it and I stopped and I said, do you need some help? Which I've done before. And he said, yes. And then I got out and talked to him and I said, you know, we can only do so much. And there was a huge branch on a tree, which if that falls, that could have done a lot of damage to somebody's car, and hopefully not hit a little kid on a bike who's just kind of coming around there for all the celebration. In any event, Dick and I talked about it and said we really need to get that branch down and we really need to cut back on what we were normally able to do because that's too dangerous. And we're going to have a lot of people down at that triangle. They don't always come down Blue Spring Lake Drive at 20 miles an hour. I can guarantee you that. In any event, Dick asked me to contact the board. Dick Natrup was on vacation, celebrating at whatever. I contacted the board, gave them the situation, and asked if they could please help us out. And that's why I'm here tonight, just to put in the record what a fantastic job that happened. Not only was it quick, as Larry mentioned, you know, he got him out there as soon as he could. And if you ever get down Blue Spring Lake Drive going right today, you have a tremendous visual opening and sight. And the safety for our kids and for the celebration of our Blue Spring Lake parade was fantastic. So again, thank you, board. Thank you all. And I can guarantee you, I never, and I've had a lot of people come by, they stop me as I'm walking my dog and stuff like that and compliment on what has happened and how nice that is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. Jean and Krista and Sheedy.
I talked to Laura.
Yep.
Okay. And I just supposed to notify you that from Jefferson County that the variance and the conditional use stuff is coming your way.
Yeah, because we haven't seen it yet. So, I may have to reach out to them to find out if there's a holdup or if there's any other issues.
Have you
So
contacted?
You applied for the conditional use.
Yes, I did.
When, do you remember? And,
I have the receipt here. Again, they told me I was supposed to notify the board, so I just notified them. 6/28, June 28th.
oh, we wouldn't have gotten it yet,
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess, because you wouldn't be on this month's agenda.
No, right.
You'll be on the August
The
agenda.
board didn't meet since.
Since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They
you'll
told
be
me to
on the
reach out
next
to you
one.
to tell you it's coming, I guess.
Okay, yep,
All right, thank you.
yeah, sure.
And
That's
then as
fine.
soon as I get it, I'll forward it on to them so that they can read over the documentation.
And then it'll be on our next board meeting.
Great,
Yep.
thank you
And
very
then
much.
it'll go from there immediately to the county. As soon as we act on them, Laura gets them there the next day, right, Laura?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they'll get it right back.
Mary Beth Schmidt?
Just a comment about the new crossing in Marsh Road. The stop signs are down, but the stop ahead signs are still on Marsh Road, going either way. So they probably need to be removed.
I think we're supposed to stay.
No, they're supposed to stay.
So even though there's not a stop sign
Yeah,
there?
even though they're-
Oh, okay,
I think
all
they
right,
still
just
have to
a-
stay.
Okay, just a comment,
Yeah.
because I think it confuses people sometimes.
Okay. Well,
Because the one actually shows a stop sign on it
okay,
and an arrow, so,
okay.
okay.
I can check with the.
I don't know what the
office,
rules
but
are,
I
I
think they're
just-
supposed to stay.
The county
Probably not, but the railroad.
Railroad would know,
office is
okay.
supposed to tell us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Frank Sauter.
Good evening, folks. Not really a big deal, but in my travels, I noticed some of our road signs are getting in pretty bad shape that you can't even read them. I just thought I'd bring it to your attention. I was down your road the other day there by Fairs, and two of those you can't even read. You can see Marion, but I don't even know what the other two say. I only know what the
One
roads
should
are.
say Cook Road.
And there's like
One
two of
should
them you
say
can't
Marion.
read. I think Hooper and E might be a bad one for Hooper. And I noticed, going out Little Prairie, which, you know, is kind of like the Waukesha County line, that section between Z and Young. There's one of those intersection signs on the right up there, T signs, you know, that Young Road's coming up. You can't really see that anymore either. I just saw it bring it to your
Is
attention.
that one faded or is it?
Well,
Oh,
it's faded. It's faded.
So
And there's
it's
probably,
at Z and Young Road and Marion?
no, no, between Z, Orchards, and Young on the right,
Okay.
heading to Little Prairie. I just want to let you know, I took that sign down off the electric pole, okay?
Good. Thank you.
But the thing is, if people are complaining about that too, I just want you to know, they got nothing better to do, because that's ludicrous. The village has got those signs posted right on electric poles. I called the guy that puts these up all the time, and they put them on the electric poles. I went as far as to call the Wisconsin Electric about it. That's basically, they frown on anything going on those poles that's not road route or something related to the roadway. And it comes from the old days when all they did is send linemen up the poles. And if they happen to slide down, cut their leg off on a metal sign or something.
Okay.
That's what that law,
They have bucket
but
trucks now.
they didn't really, the man I talked to there really didn't have a problem with, but I did take it off. I just want to let you know.
Thank you.
Regarding Hooper and E, we did order a new sign for that, and it took forever to get it. And when it came, it said Hopper. So,
Well, I remember you going through signs, you were replacing them, and then I thought of that, and I said, well, maybe somebody should tell them.
Reports, treasurer.
Treasurer's report, in the general fund, we had $696,015.47. In the tax account, we had $248,934.52. In the LGIP general, we had $108,862.87. In the LGIP fire at EMS, we had $2.69. The airport account has $72,553.51. And the LGIP airport has 55 cents. We'll settle that.
Thank you. Highway.
We're not gonna be doing much this month. We'll just be doing those tree trimmings on Hooper, Carlin Trail, and, that's pretty much it. Some on Island, because when I went through there, it logged up my, flail mower with all the trees that were laying in the ditch, so we'll get that cleaned up. And then it was a very good, I can tell you, this was a very good idea when you called us and told us to get there before that parade, because one of my guys ended up in the hospital because of all the bee stings.
Bees?
Yes. There was a hornet, the ambulance came and got him right on site. Yeah, they got him, he was in the bucket, couldn't get out of the bucket, so they just hammered him.
Whoa.
That tree that they were talking about that was gonna fall, it was full. So it was a very, very good thing, good that you had us get there ASAP and you got it done before.
Not him, but.
Yeah, not good for him, though. He spent some time in the hospital.
wow.
So, yeah.
Ron, you said, are you trimming on Hooper?
Yeah,
There's, you know, when you just turn west on Hooper there's a huge branch hanging over.
they're working that direction.
Are they
They're
getting
coming
down
from
there?
down
Okay,
by
because that's,
Bluebird, coming back this way. And then they started on the other one because the guy that runs the combine through, the trees are so low, he can't get his combine through, so he's gotta drive all the way around and come back the other way. So they're working on both ends
Okay.
towards E.
It's dead, it's been dead for a couple of years, and
Okay.
it's gonna come down shortly. Thanks.
Fire department,
Just a couple things. I don't have my breakdown of numbers for you. We're at roughly 130 calls or in the first half of this year, and about a third of them are in the town, and kind of tracking pretty historically with how those have gone. Bigger thing, I know there's a lot of discussion of my employment status around the community. This morning, I was appointed Rural EMS Outreach Program Manager for the Wisconsin Office of Rural Health, which is, I'm now an employee of the UW Medical School as part of that program. So it's a new program starting up. It's going to be working with services all over the state, kind of doing similar things that we did here. Is how do you figure out how to make the EMS better and make it be sustainable and so on. So a lot of the stuff that the different strategies used here will probably use other places. Probably not the combined public safety, because that's probably too exotic for most places, but a lot of the other things that we've done behind the curtain that the public doesn't see. With that, I will be still an employee of the village for an indefinite amount of time at this point. I'm going to be staying on until there is a transition to a new chief, which might be 6 months, it might be a year, I don't know. But we worked that out. The position I have is remote, so I can be here in Palmyra doing my job for the university. So, yeah, so in the probably next 6 to 12 months, I would expect at least that I'll still be here on staff. But as always, if there's ever any questions, I'm happy to answer them, and I know that sometimes you reach out to me. So.
Congratulations on your.
Thank you, James. Congratulations.
yeah, you're the man for that job. Anything, okay, airport, there's a meeting coming up. They have been doing some surveying. They've got stakes and ribbons and stuff. They are gonna be starting on the retention pond work, I believe sometime this year. They're doing surveying right now. That's all that is. Blue Spring Lake District.
Had a wonderful parade, a lot of fun, and that is a nice little community parade, really fun.
Yeah, it is. And Ron did come out also and do some work at the boat launch, clearing some brush and putting in some asphalt where the boat ramp, the concrete
Edges were
ramps,
washed out.
yeah, they were washing out. And we're still looking at that berm off the launch. And depending upon our schedule, I'll be getting together with Ron. He asked me for the opportunity to bid on that work. Mike as well might have the equipment necessary to work on that, along with Trapper and probably Brent Miller. So depending upon our schedule, I'll try to get something rolling within the next week, where we can get together, look at exactly what we're up against, and dealing with the trench that's in there, and then getting rid of the berm as well.
And that's something we always split 50-50 with.
Correct. Yeah.
Building inspector.
We had one commercial building inspection and one solar inspection, which netted us $190.50.
What was the commercial building?
I don't have that with me. but we
I'm
can
just
look at it.
curious.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Emergency management plan.
Nothing, did you get a chance to talk to the airport yet about that?
I did not, but we're gonna try to get
Can
the,
you put that on your agenda for the next airport meeting?
I will have it on the agenda for the next airport meeting. Meeting to contact the BOA, potentially use that
Out behind the cemetery.
whatever it's called, flight area
Yeah.
to potentially store, materials from a tornado or something. No, I will, we'll have that on the next airport, agenda. Okay,
That's the only thing.
okay, correspondence.
None.
New business, discussion and possible action. Consider an application for a rezoning request by Dennis Adsett to rezone from A1 to A3, creating a 3.5 acre lot around the existing home at North 269 Tamarack Road from parcel number 024-0516-3532-000, known as Lot 1.
Laura, did he know you needed to be here?
I thought he did.
I wonder if you remember the time. We got a couple of reasons to tell.
Yeah, there's two separate ones.
Yeah, great. I looked at them on the, what he sent, they're perfectly reasonable splits. He's splitting the original farmstead off with 4 acres. That's all non-prime out there, there's 40 acres. That would leave him 3 2-acre splits available. He's lumping 2 other acres, he's making a 4-acre split out of the other house. That old farm just had those 2 separate houses on it that were never divided off in any way. And so then that would leave him 1 2-acre split available, and he's got something penciled in there for his other kid. And I'm assuming that's what he meant for an eventual 2-acre split there, all the way to the south side. Did you notice that on the sketch? Anyway, it's, what he wants to do is certainly along with the county.
The county, it's within the county's
We normally ask
plan.
if he could be here. Do you want to waive that tonight, or what do you want to do? It's up to you guys.
Well, I looked at it also, and I didn't see any glaring reason not to approve it. It seems pretty reasonable.
I looked at it also, and I plan on approving it coming here.
Okay. Well, I'd make a motion that we waive his necessity of being here tonight.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we waive his necessity to be here for the, considering the application for a rezone on the aforementioned parcels in item 1.
Well, let's lump it together with item 2.
Okay. Item 2 is discussion possible action to consider an application for rezoning request by Dennis Adsit to rezone from A1 to A3, creating a 4.1 acre lot around the existing home and outbuildings at North 269 Tamarack Road from parcel 024-0516-3532-000, known as Lot 2. And so,
We have a motion to waive his personal presence.
and approve.
Yeah, we can do it all in one motion.
Do it on one motion.
Yeah.
Waive and
Amend
approve.
one motion.
Yeah.
Amend the motion to waive and approve.
Okay.
Is that amended then? Okay,
So
it's second. It's been moved and seconded to waive and approve item 1, item 2 for the 2 rezone requests. Is there any more discussion?
He comes in late, so I'm not good.
Okay.
I bet that it's a simple mistake,
Well,
I know it.
If I had questions or didn't understand it or whatever, we'd have to wait.
We'd have to table it, but again, I looked at it carefully and I didn't see a problem.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carried. Discussion possible action to consider the renovation bid for the town hall from CS Construction.
You should have 2 pieces.
We have copies there, but the not to exceed is not 15,000, it's 17 because of the carpeting removal and potential problem with the glue and the painting that he didn't have on his first bid. Do you have any questions, Dick?
No,
Not to exceed. You have questions?
No, it's what are we gonna do with the stuff, garbage that comes out?
That's in the bid.
Oh,
That's included. Everything is included.
oh, I see, okay. And we're gonna change.
And this will be amended. There's a few things on here. He met with Laura. There's some things that he agreed to do verbally that aren't on here that we will put in the final bid estimate form.
Okay, and we're gonna forget about the one-way glass and put in a camera? Is that-
Yeah. Is that
Well,
okay?
actually, they said they can put glass in the door, but then there's like a film that you put over it that makes it the one-way.
Yeah.
So it's not like actual one-way glass, but
Yeah.
there's a,
We were thinking it would be a lot cheaper just put a camera in there. You
Oh,
can
okay.
see it from home. a
Yeah,
video,
you can
camera.
connect it to your cell phone.
Okay,
You have
yeah,
on your phone and,
sure, okay,
is that okay?
yeah.
Just like, because there's nothing wrong with the door and whatever. I just think it's smart.
This comes out of the garbage count anyway.
It's a big saving, in work.
You can look at the logbooks, the logs kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, I think if that had some graphite grease or something, I think that can be lubed.
Okay.
I think, I'll try it. Dick will, you know
Don't
what I
use WD-40, that turns into glue.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think graphite,
WD,
graphite lube, I think, I don't think, that may have not been tried on. We'll try that. We can always put a new doorknob in, they're cheaper than a new door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, motion to approve.
I would move to approve this, comes out of our plans, it doesn't require three bids or anything like that. It's just all reasonable to $2 I would make a motion to approve this bid not to exceed $17,000.
1720.
1720.
second,
Okay, it's moved and seconded to approve the renovation for the town hall that will be paid for with ARPA grant money. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye.
aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carried. Discussion and possible action on 2022004 ordinance lowering speed limit on Little Prairie Road.
you should have that in your packet as well.
Let's do Little Prairie Road, Tamarack Road, and Hooper Road. Can we do it in one?
That's different.
Pardon?
Little Prairie Road is gonna be.
Oh, they're different
That's a
speeds though, right?
15 mile an hour.
Okay, okay. We'll just do them one at a time.
We're gonna have to, I don't know how to do this, we're gonna have to approve these and plug in the mile markers when we get them measured out, I guess. But the idea is that near the horse park, we can lower the speed to 15 miles an hour. And we don't have to have an engineering study to done that, we do it by default. And so, but I don't know exactly where the 15 mile an hour starts and where it ends, so we're.
Put in your motion that the ordinances will be amended to cover the, whatever.
Approve based on, okay, I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2022-004, lowering the speed limit on Little Prairie Road to 15 miles per hour past the horse park with the markers to be determined. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll have to put, warning signs,
Right.
like 500 feet before the speed limit is coming down.
Reduce speed ahead.
On both, yeah, on
Right.
both ends.
Right.
And I can take care of ordering those signs with the county.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
And I suppose the other two.
You second that? I'll second that. Pardon? Okay, I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried for Little Prairie Road. Discussion possible action on ordinance 2022-005, ordinance lowering speed limit on Tamarack Road.
Once again, we can do this by default because we have two areas on that road that have driveways 100 feet apart. So both on each ends of that road, down by Essex, there's actually 4 driveways there, well, 3 driveways with residences that are within 100 feet between them. And then we get the same thing farther north
Yep.
again. So I think from what my discussion with the Towns Association, I think we can lower it to 35 miles an hour on the entire road. I don't think we have to do 35 and then back up to.
Yeah, that's my understanding as well from the ordinance.
So I would move that we lower the speed limit on Tamarack Road to 35 miles per hour, beginning at the town limit, the village town limit, and extending to the county line.
Okay.
Let's second that
It's
motion.
been moved and seconded to lower the speed limit on Tamarack Road from the village limit to the county line
35 miles.
to 35 miles an hour. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, no. Motion carried. Discussion and possible action on 2022-006, ordinance lowering speed limit on Hooper Road.
Should say Hooper, it says Tamarack.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And there you have
Same thing.
the same, pretty much the whole road,
Yeah,
right?
we've got the same thing.
So you wouldn't need any language, like you said before, beginning at town,
No, it would go from Highway E
That's correct, because there's houses right, there are all three of them there.
Oh, right,
So-
there's four.
So then, that would make the, Hooper Road speed limit 35 then.
Yeah.
Also.
Does that cover the portion from E into,
It's from E to Z.
Yeah, from E to Zion, you've got four houses that we
Yeah.
talked about. And then you go on farther, you've got five right along there. And
yeah,
then you go around the curve, you've got two more, but then you can have 1,000 feet beyond that.
right.
So I think we can go all the way to Z.
What about the far west end of it?
Our west end is fine.
Is that already at
Sure, you've
35?
got Sullivan's, and then you've got the little school up on the hill, and then you've got four houses right along there. And the one on the south
Are you
side.
talking about the east end of Hooper?
No,
He's
not
talking about the
west.
west
Or the
far
west end, the west
Far
end.
west end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine.
that's fine.
I
Okay.
drove that off and went on my odometer, and I have pretty darn close. And it would come in with that 1,000 feet anyway from the little school down.
Yeah.
Motion.
Okay, so I would move to lower the speed limit on Hooper Road according to ordinance number 2022-06 to 35 miles per hour from Highway E east to County Road Z.
I'll second that. Is there any more discussion? Okay, it's been moved and seconded to lower speed limit on Hooper Road from County Highway E going east to County Highway Z. We'll probably need, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion's carried.
So we won't need any of those speed zone ahead signs for those two, we'll just post them at the end of each road.
Right.
Right, they'll have us posted
Yeah,
zone
at the
from
end,
35.
Move to adjourn.
You can vote.
The vote.
Well, we have to vote on this, right? Okay. No more discussion on lowering the speed limit on Hooper Road? It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carried.
Move to adjourn.
Seconded. It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion's carried. Thank you for coming.